This is a puzzle game with a really unique score mechanic. I have 100 score and I want to get to the goal in the bottom with the most amount of score. Collecting this power-up deducts my score by 20, but I need it because it gives me the power after doing a sequence of moves to create an ice, which lets me pass through a rock, drowning myself and respawning in the middle. I also lost 1 point because making ice costs a point. Another thing that could cost me a point is pressing F to spawn a box. I only have 9 boxes I can use in this level, but it allows me very cheaply to bridge this gap and get to a star, which doubles my points. And you know what? For good measure, why don't I just do it again to get another star? Fantastic. But now I want to get to the bottom where there's a star and a seashell. But if you remember, ice costs less than box, so I'm going to spawn in ice here. And in fact, I can do it again with another ice. And actually, I might be able to do it a third ice if I do it in a different order. If I do the second ice first, I can still cast it, which is greatly valuable. So then I can spawn the first ice. But does this actually let me spawn the third ice? Oh, no, it doesn't. Well, in that case, I have to use a box no matter what. What if the box is the very first thing I plop down? And then I can get 2 ices out here, like this. This allows me to come to the island, in which collecting the seashell gives me plus 10 points, which is something I should do before doubling. You always add before multiplying if you want to maximize points. And now that because I have this box here, I suppose I could set up another thing where I send an ice that way. Can I get away with another ice here? I can. So again, that's cheaper than using a box. And is it possible for me to get to this star using an ice? Not to my knowledge. I'm going to use a box right now, but I'll have to come back and think about it. Anyways, this gets me a score of 1142. What if I told you I could do even better? What if in the very beginning, instead of a box to get a star, I could somehow use an ice there? How is that possible? No matter how I maneuver it, I can't seem to end with an ice spawning directly in front of me in this gap of water. Well, that's where the secret of death comes in. Because if I do the first 4 moves and fall into the water, the code maintains, allowing my last move to be an up ice, allowing me to get this here for much cheaper. And then if I repeat the same sequence, I'll come out with surprisingly more points. 1,200 points, as a matter of fact. And I want to get more score because my total score is tracked between all the levels, and every increment of 1,000 points gets me another box, which means I might gain more ways to break the levels. Now, it's another ice level, but don't get it twisted. There are other spells. I'm going to start with not 2, but 3 boxes because that allows me to get to a plus 10 first. Again, always add before multiplying. I will multiply twice. And now, how many boxes do I need to get both stars without picking up any ice? 3 to go up, 1 to go down, and likely 4 more to go left, which is 8 boxes. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Okay, well, that's fine. I can still focus on doubling first and then grab the power up. Although since I have to use ice, I should probably use it as many times as I can. So what if I find a way to just input the first 3 parts of the code? Go right, down, then left, falling in here. Then if I go down, down, I can cross this gap with ice. Then what if I use another ice? Go right, down, left, down, down. That's another ice spot. What if I do another ice here? No, that's 1 too far down. I actually can't figure out how to get an ice right here. It doesn't check out, so I'm gonna put a box here and do something else. I'm instead spawning an ice there. At least this way, I only need to use 1 more box and get my score of 1394, which you remember the last episode, I only got 1188. So every bit of improvement I can find is fantastic. This is a level that introduces a new spell, but first, I want to use boxes. It also somehow has a bottle in the bottom left corner. How am I getting there? It's surrounded by a wall. I can't go past walls! Now for doubling, I want the highest score possible before doubling, and the highest score I can see before my first double is 90. Any power-up collection costs 20 points, but this power-up allows me to move. So if I do this pattern, the last direction in which I move will send lots of things in that direction. And it can go other directions, such as to the right. And these lily pads are helpful because if I do the same pattern, I can send myself over here. Now, is it possible to get to the next star without grabbing the next move? Possibly, but maybe first I need to send stuff down. From here, the last move is down, and then if I come across, at least have another lily pad here. However, I think I actually want both lily pads on the left to be down, just looking at it a few steps ahead. So with that set up, I can perhaps allow myself to get to the star. Yes, like that. You see the up move barely saves me from drowning, and I can double at 320. Okay, well, from here, I can bring lily pads down again. But now I really want to ride these going up, but I don't see a way to end up on either lily pad with my last move being up. I would need to be able to stand here, which might be possible with movement alone. So I need to first undo the down movement and instead do a rightward movement. Oh, but that drowns me. No, so that can't be it. Well, I could start here and then go with the pattern, keeping me alive. Then I need another up movement. Or maybe a down movement first? A down movement and then possibly a left movement? Aha! I got the lily pad here. And the other lily pads are up or down, which means I can then move it up and then get the star. So now I just need to ride this lily pad down somehow. Ideally, without collecting this move. However, just going through the possibilities, it doesn't look possible. So I think I'm gonna cave a little and place 3 boxes. Now my score is 1270, which crushes my previous best of 940. And now I have 11,000 points, which means I have 11 boxes. Last episode, I reached a score of 10,000 points, and my goal for today is reach 15,000 total. So now I can go back to Ice 2 and never collect a single ice power-up. And this gives me a score of 1410. Minor optimization, but it counts. This is another level with a hidden message in the bottom left. And before I even go for the score attack, I'm gonna try to get to it. But first, we have a new power-up called Slide, which basically allows you to, depending on the last move, shift all objects, including land, in that direction. Observe the shifting of land, allowing me to get to Slide 2. A second power-up makes this easier to use. And I could use the same thing over here to allow me to get Slide 3, which makes it even easier to use. Oh, but what if I get Slide 4? It gets even easier to use. So hopefully with the boxes and sliding, I can actually make it out there. What if I go bam, 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 shifting the land down, and actually shift some land down from up here, because why not? Yeah, might as well make it easier. I could also shift more land from here. And actually, do I have enough boxes here? Because in order to push a box, you have to have a extra space of land to be able to move out of the way to get the box from. So I do have to create an island that kind of looks like that. And wouldn't you believe it? I have exactly enough boxes to reach this message in a bottle. What is this? What is this? All? This kind of looks like a code. These are boxes, like I have to do a box as part of a code. Then what, do I get all spells? Let me restart the level to find out if this works how I think it does. I'll do it here. Box right, box down, box left, box up, box. But I can't do box. You cannot put a box on top of a box. So how can I activate this last piece? Well, maybe what if I use the falling in the water trick? Like what if I start here? Box right, box down, box left, box up, box. Oh shit. I gained access to every spell and it only cost me 5 points. Oh fuck. Are you telling me I can do this anywhere? Hold on, fuck this level. We're here to do some insane shit. All of a sudden, it lets me get the bottle in the bottom left, right? Because I can gain access to a spell that would help me here. I was thinking of a spell that can move land and also walls that would help. But when land is compressed in the bottom left corner, slide doesn't actually do anything. I also can't replace walls with stuff like ice. So that's actually not so cut and dry. You know what? I'll keep this secret on the back burner. I want to optimize some more levels. I feel like I can use a lot of boxes here. Like for instance, I could choose to spend only 10 points to get each star instead of spending 20, which would involve getting the power up. And that's nice for multiplying, but it actually doesn't let me win the level yet. Now, breaking into the prison means sliding like this multiple times, but sliding doesn't cost me anything. What I would normally do is actually push a box in here and then slide again, but that costs points. So instead, what I'll do is try to get a piece of land from here into the water. So I would have to slide from down below, but actually that seems to be quite difficult because the movement just doesn't line up. Unless if I use the falling into water trick. I could say start here and then do part of the code, respawn, and then push land up like that. But hey, would you look at that? More land. Now the question is, can I do it again? Because if I do this, all that happens is nothing gets shifted. So somehow, if I can preserve the last 3 movements of the code, I can at least go up, left, up. And yes, I would fall in the water, but I'd also push land, which means I would actually have to start here. Yes, this lets me do it. Still a 500 score. Actually, if I go in this order, I get 1030 points. But I wonder if I could actually do better. Would it now be better if I used the push once more, sacrificing a shell, but then getting 2 shells first, and then it's exactly the same score. Yeah, actually, I don't know how to improve this score, so I'll sit on it for now. Oh, what the fuck? I've done better? Oh, duh, I know how this could be better. I just need to get the shells in the upper left first, duh. Well, hold on. Without having placed any boxes, all of a sudden it gets hard to do this last bit of land movement without an additional box. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's a way, so I'll actually still take the fastest way to double. And then I think I'll get the seashells, because I think from 180, doubling is actually pretty reasonable. Like, I think the costs to get the seashells first would have actually been prohibitively high and possibly not worth it, but now I got 1300. That's an improvement. How about I try a different level with the turtle? And as it stands right now, the fastest way to get to any star is with 6 boxes, which costs 30 points, which is less than a turtle, so we're gonna actually use this power up. Unless if I want to use the 5-box trick. While thinking about the 5-box trick, I was kind of curious of something. What if I place a box on spawn and then just die? I do spawn on top of the box, which means I can't place another box, which means that actually the box spawn trick might be very tough to do, at least on this tiny little island, unless if I maybe want to use 1 extra box here. Well, let me see. It would be a 6-box trick costing 30. Maybe it's just better to get the turtle power up. So, turtle power up looks like this. It has a 2-way arrow, which means I can move in either direction. And after I do all this, it spawns a turtle in the 4 cardinal directions, as long as it's on water. And stepping on the turtle makes it disappear. And it costs a point. Now, I could do turtles like this. Cost me 2 points to get over here, but still acquiring me turtles. But from here, it starts to get a little tricky, because it's really hard to chain turtles, you'll find. I can do something like this, but that gets me down to 68 points, which is actually not necessarily worse than the 6-box trick. But all right, let's remember this 136 score. Let's compare this. Now, first thing I gotta do is go to this island, and I think I'll start it here. Oh, from here I have to go left, but that does actually fulfill it. So that actually means in order for this to work, the box has to be in the water there. So that all of a sudden makes this a 7-box trick, because I need a place here. Or actually, I think I need a place here. So I can go box, 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 box. Now, the extra boxes can be used, and I have other powers at my disposal, but is it worth it? My answer is no. This is more expensive than 6 boxes. Yeah, because that brings me to 140. Now, I only have 5 boxes left, and unfortunately, I am 1 box short from just being able to beat this level with boxes alone. So I guess I do need a turtle. Also, at this point, wouldn't I be better off doing the 5 boxes trick? I think at the very least, it's worth a consideration. Because with stuff like slide and move, I feel like I gotta be able to do something here. Oh, actually, I also have access to the size spell. Let me show you how size might matter. First, I'm actually gonna take a few steps back because I'm kind of seeing into the future here. Still want to get this double. I'm giving myself a chance to come up here and then gain access to the spell. So size is a very tricky one to actually fit in. Gotta go left 5 times. And then if you do it, you become big, which allows you to do cool stuff like drown if you are standing on 2 lily pads at the same time. But you can also push boxes kind of like that. And you can also just probably do a lot of unique stuff with boxes. Although, I mean, I specifically want to use slide and move because those cost nothing. All right, if I push this in the water above, maybe just get you out of the way. Do I have a move in me? Yes, I do. All right, so I'm gonna, not do lily pads, but collect the +10s. And just because I'm on 2 lily pads doesn't mean I drown because I'm also touching land. I also want to see if I can get the other +10. Might be valuable. Okay, I don't actually see a way to get back without falling in the water and respawning here. So I wonder from here if it's worth my time to try to do something. I also feel like having boxes in the water would suddenly help now. Maybe I just want to start sliding them around. So I'm actually going to go back to about here and just get that box in the water. Now at least I can have maximum boxes in the water. I'm going to try doing the move quite a bit. Just try to organize everything. Because, yeah, I can just keep sinking in the water and keep executing this. Now all of a sudden it's all hanging out down here. From here, if I get big, I can at least get the +10. That's a big deal. I wonder if I can actually do move without drowning myself. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam. Yes, I can. Can move down. And let's see, can I do another move here? Yes. I don't get to go with it. But, I could send myself over here, which is certainly significant. How do I get that last star? I guess if I start here and then move up, I guess I can also start here. Here, move up, or move right, just to kind of cluster everything together. Then move down, just to rebalance. Maybe keep shifting right, up, right again. Shift down, right, up. Now all of a sudden I've almost got something good. There's just a stupid little rock in the way. Well, what if from here I just shift left? Unfortunately, that makes it quite tricky for me. Okay, but maybe like I can go up like that. Yes. Okay, it's a new best. I just got to get down now. Really just a lot of hunting and pecking, but a huge score improvement. Next, I want to try this level, which has a very suspicious bottle. Normally in the level, you can't access the bottle because the whirlpool surrounding it will sink any objects put in the water. But if I gain size, then all of a sudden, this is going to get good. Well, there is an issue though. I can't just start the chain here because after I go down, I'll do a box and then I have to go left and then spawn another box, but that doesn't work. So maybe very first thing I need to do is push a box here, so at least it's possible now. So now I have access to all, but now I realized, how am I gonna be able to get size? I need to move left 5 times. Well, out of curiosity, this seems kind of stupid, but what if I do the sequence again? Do I get to upgrade a second time? I do. Now that is interesting. It's good to know. I just realized though, I can get size too without actually having to do this. Cause yeah, the code continues even if I fall in, duh. So now I'm big. I'm a big boy. So that means I can just cross this chasm and then get the +10s. And also get the bottle. Freeze? I need to write this down. Where's my pen? Does that mean it just turns the water into ice and I can traverse all water? Oh, let me try it now. Oh yeah, fun fact. Being big lets you spawn more boxes. What? Whoa, it only froze some of the water. Actually, yeah, why is not the bottom and the top not frozen? I see that most of the water is frozen, but that's curious. It also is unnecessary for this level, but that's really interesting because I'm gonna get all the +10s. Now, like, I can start doubling, and I'm pretty sure this is really valuable. 1760, I think that's the highest I've scored on any level ever. And I'm pretty sure that's the best I can do in this level, unless if freezing helps. Look at that! Over 1,000 more points. That's a full new box. Let's see if there's anywhere I can use the freeze spell on. Welcome to Lily 1. A level that I didn't even show in this video because I don't think I need to optimize it. Like, I could put down 2 boxes and then get 2 lily pads and then use the lily pad spell to create a bunch of pads in the water for me to walk over, gain another star, and replace rocks with lily pads and double it for 1056. But now all of a sudden the freeze spell makes it interesting because I can just straight up do the freeze here and even the rocks get turned into ice. Oh, actually though, it's just some of the water that's turned to ice. It's the ones that are adjacent to the land. Okay. Now, annoyingly, I can't just push the boxes up to make it easy for me to progress. But I wonder if I can still use that to improve on this level. Well, that might not be so immediately obvious then, because I think it's still fastest to just drop in 10 points, then double. Because I also, after freezing, I want access to the boxes so I can turn them into a bridge going north. I guess I got to keep thinking about how I want to go get this. Like, this box might matter. Like, maybe if I had the first couple boxes out of the way, I can then do all this, which does, at the very least, let me come around here and then, yeah, very slowly set up a triple bridge, which lets me get across without collecting any of the power-ups, allowing me to double actually quite easily for 1240. An improvement by a decent amount too. Technically then, I also have the space in Ice 1 to do the freeze thing here. And this actually turns the level into something else. I don't need to get a single power-up, I don't think. Now, is it better because I do spend 25 at first? 1360, I don't remember if that's good or not. It is my new best. Well, now I have 13 boxes. Maybe I can improve with Turtle? Now, I think this has to be a 6-box start just because of the location. And I would have to start like this. But unless if I can actually do something with these boxes, it doesn't actively help me. Maybe there's a better starting point. Okay, what if I maybe set up a couple extra dud boxes? It at least allows me to set something like this up. Now, the benefit of this is now I at least have access to push all the boxes, which is valuable. Right, because I can make a land bridge over here, and I can make a land bridge going up, and I think that's all I need for land bridges. Now, the question is it enough? Because I did have to deduct my score quite a bit in the beginning. If I get a lot of doubles, 1440? Oh, yes! That is a huge improvement. I might be able to freeze here, or maybe the first spell would be better. Yeah, how about try the first spell first? Just gain access to everything. At least I can get size then. Do something like becoming big. And I think actually with the ability to be big, I can actually do a lot more with the boxes. Like at least make it this far. But I don't want to get the power up. No. I mean, I guess there's always other stuff I can use. Like the slide command, for instance. Sliding these boxes down. Oh, but no, not quite. Okay. Oh, maybe there's something with sliding the land over there. Gonna be honest, I don't like it here. Well, I guess on the bright side, I can at least spawn boxes quite efficiently. So maybe there's some merit to that. And I think for now, I'm just gonna try to get the most out of these boxes. But also the land, I guess. Oh yeah, well, if I shift the land, then I can still come over here. But frustrating, I want the +10 first. Damn it. Well, but I can keep using the slide to my advantage to keep creating crazy spacing out of stuff. Ah! I've created something traversable enough to get +10. And there's still one more +10, but I also probably need to use an ice or something to break it. I guess I could always spend 5 to get there, because I could just walk across like this. That actually might be more efficient than other means. Other means might require, like, spending 6 or 7 for all I know. At least this way I can just go and get a bunch of other stars now. And can I get down without spending any other points? I think a slide would have to be it. Yeah, yes, because I have this land now. Give me 1,500 points. Huge improvement. That's what I like to see. Oh, I got 14 boxes now. Oh, and this is supposed to be the level that introduces size. Oh, I just realized if I use the spell to get everything, I can shift these walls and finally get this +10. So I think I'm going to want to use that here. Yeah. And then what do I struggle with getting to with being big? I struggle a little with getting down, but the very least, I can get over there and bridge down. I also struggle with getting to the star to the left. Although, actually, I probably could be a touch more efficient here. Going back, actually, this box is stuck in the corner, so the idea goes that that's the one that goes in and all the rest can be saved. Now, a box here looks like it can't be saved, but I could probably just use size to my advantage. Like that. Now, once big, I can push a box like that. Yeah, and suddenly it gets much easier to push that down. So that's accessible. I'm not sure how I want to get this star on the left side. Maybe some help from putting a box out here could be nice. Well, it looks like a bridge to nowhere right now. How about at least figure out how I'm gonna slide this out? Because it's these rows that need to be slid over. What if I start here and go down, left, right, up? No, it would have to be from here then, down, right, up, left, down. So now, at least I have land that goes further. Down, right, up, left, down. Might help even more. Down, right. No, can't be sliding off that ice into infinity. Okay, what if from here I go down, right, up, left, down? That means from here I can go down, right, up, left. Ah, now if I'm small, I can get the +10, which actually is quite simple. There I am, tiny, and at +10. So now I guess I'll be large again. And then I can quite easily get both of these at the same time, and then a bunch of stars. Let's see, which of the 2 remaining stars is easier? Let's see if I can use just slide to get to the left star. Then I could probably use move down to help me, I think. Yeah, I can, because then I can, whoops. Oh no, I can't go over this way now. Okay, I shouldn't have slid the land then. Yeah, instead I should have left the land like this to come down, because at least I can cross on top. And then, oh no, it still leaves a gap. Okay, well, what if I get creative with sliding the land over? It might still work. I just have to slide here and slide this over and then start here. Oh, but there's another gap of 2 by 2. Wait, can't I slide over like this and then up? There we go. That's a star. That didn't cost me anything extra. Maybe it'll cost me nothing to get the last star. I mean, I've already got a lot of the rocks out of the way, so maybe it is just sliding. Can't seem to finagle it. Well, hold on, what if I do 2 series of moves? Like a right move and then an up move? Because that actually will get a box in a helpful position. Oh, but it's also surrounded by rocks. I'm gonna try some shuffling here. Aha! I've made it so that I can slide and then stand on the box here. Oh no, the bottom right is so close. Oh, is there anything I could have done about that? Maybe a move left here could save me somehow? And then down? I don't know. Hold on. If I end with up, right, that would work. So it would have to be a left from here and another left from here. So I'd start here, up, left, up, right. Yes, yes. Okay, I have to imagine it's easy to get a checkpoint from here. Yes, huge best, over 300. How about I take the opportunity now to do a level I've never done before? Should be the easiest way to get all these points. This is a size level, so that's probably the most important aspect to it. What else is in this level? Slide. Oh, and the 10 pointers are blocked off. I mean, I guess I could just try using boxes. Well, not here because of the whirlpools. So that's not so simple. I mean, am I ever getting up here? Yeah, I want all the +10s first. I don't know. I feel like just picking up the size doesn't matter. And freezing everything isn't gonna help either. However, can I actually do either pattern from here? I guess I can do the freeze one quite easy. Which actually might let me get some of the +10s. But I'm down to 55 points. What the hell? Wait, what? Why didn't I? Oh, it's because I'm always touching ice. So I keep going. Oh, that's messed up. The only thing I can do is get this star and then like push a box over here to get these, but that's not right. Yeah, the only thing I can do from here is start doing the all spell just so I can get access to slide and move. Unless if the land gets eaten by the whirlpool too. Yes, the land does get eaten by the whirlpool. That is a shame. Maybe I shouldn't be sliding then. Maybe I just gotta try to get something here. Like at the very least, I can get this star. I might have to collect the sizes though in order to win. Because yeah, we're down to size 4 and that is tiny. How much tinier can it get? Absolutely minuscule. I mean, maybe I have enough points to just get 15,000 from here. And I could give myself a bit of a breather. Let's see. 680. I have 15,000 points. My brain's starting to melt, so I'm happy to take that optimization. What happens when I get 15,000? I get max rank Leviathan. Why do I feel like 20,000 is possible? If you made it this far into the video, check out my Lorelei and the Laser Eyes series on Patreon. Lorelei is a puzzle game with crazy interconnected parts, puzzles meshing together to create an interesting masterpiece. Every Wednesday, there's a puzzle game upload at patreon.com/Aliensrock, so check it out. Otherwise, let me know if you want to see me try to get 20,000. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next video. Have a wonderful day and peace.